Hello, I am there for the spice, but I need a story. If there is no story to carry the spice, hi wonderful people, and welcome back to my channel, Book Craze. How are you going? What's up? What's the scene? Oh my goodness, these books that I am reading this month, or that I'm going to read this month, is totally wild. They are dark, they are twisted, and some are quite emotional. These are the books that you want me to read. You know I'm all about that juicy book. You know I'm all about that drama. You know I'm all about books with shenanigans. But I think some of these are pushing some boundaries for me when it comes to dark romances. These books are given messy. These books are given questionable characters. These books are given unhinged. Like, I'm all about that. You know how I do. You know how I do. These books are given betrayal, secrets, lies, and I'm all about that life. I am that individual. I am that girl, and that is what I bring to you on this channel. So if you like romance books, if you like them dark, twisted, wicked, if you love those ruthless, messy, scary individuals, if you like books that bring the drama and bring the juice, subscribe to my channel and let's do this. Let's get into these books. I had a poll on my channel. I asked you guys to vote and you all delivered, and these are the results. These are the books that you want me to read. These monstrous ties. Are you seeing that cover? Are you seeing that cover? Full stop. You know it's giving dark. You know it's giving twisted. You know it's giving wicked. You know something is wrong. Hero probably unhinged. The blurb for this book gave nothing away. You're left in suspense. There is an air of mystery around this book. Is it going to be too dark for me? I have no idea, but I'll know when I dive into it. But as you can see, y'all wanted me to read this book. You all weren't playing. I don't know if you guys want me to dive into this first, come back with a review so that you would know if to read it, or if you want to know like just how dark it is, how many trigger warnings it has. You all wanted me to read Zodiac Academy. Now, hear me out. During this year, I was reading a lot of young adult, and I felt as though I was straying because I'm an adult fiction type of gal, right? I like a good fantasy romance, and this book is given. So Awakening, it is book 1 in the Zodiac Academy series, and this academy is for supernatural beings, and we meet these twins. They can harness all 4 elements, which is unheard of, which is not supposed to happen. And obviously, because it's an academy, it has teenagers, you are going to get haters. You are going to get the bullies. They are going to be targeted and be enemy number 1. And who don't like them? You have the vampires. You have the werewolf. And listen, because they can harness all 4 elements, they are literally socially screwed. But I'm hoping that this have a nice romance. I'm hoping I get that. I get that. Because that is what I live for in a book. I want to get a nice build, a nice tension. Even if they don't go all the way, I want to get juice. I want to get drama. And I want to get a messy relationship. Give that to me and I will be singing this book praises. Sis. Yes. Tell me why. Tell me why. I don't know why. Okay? I don't know why. This book is one of the books, or one of the few books that are not available on Kindle Unlimited. So you have to buy the Kindle edition. This book by Wright, Redemption. This is a slow burn Christmas romance, and I'm excited to read this book so that I could come back on here and recommend this book for you to read during the holiday season. Like, how awesome is that? You know, Miss Wright, she brings the steam. She brings the spice. She brings messiness. And what I love is that this holiday romance book is about two broken people who just want to survive. Life has been smacking them, and listen, they just want to live. And literally that is their goal. So the hero in this book, he escaped a life of crime from the Mafia. He wants no part of it. And then the heroine, though, she is on the run with her kids from a monstrous husband. It's probably abusive husband. So I can see where there's healing to take place in this book. It's given dark past. It's given tortured hero. It's giving a lot of tropes that I enjoy in a book. And we're going to get some sexy illustrations. Need I say more? Need I say more? Give me more. Give me more. Give me more of what? I've read part 1 in the series. I think I read part 1 back in May. I loved it. I recommended this book to you back in May when I read it. And I'm going to be reading book 3. Y'all want me to read book 3. Just look at the results on that poll. This is an FFM that happens between best friends and his wife. Y'all? Now, I know that I'm getting adventurous because I usually would gravitate to the classic hero-heroine romance. But I am enjoying this additional person in the relationship. I am enjoying that +1 that just makes everything so much delicious. Now, I'm sure this book, it is just about the spice. So, check this out. You have a manho that gets invited to join his best friend and his wife in bed. What does he do? He accepts that invitation. Because why? He has always had a thing for his wife. But look at the formation of the letters. M, M, F. Not M, F, M. So that speaks volume. So I love a romance with the male and the female. They meet, they fall in love. Yes, there's drama. Yes, there's shenanigans. Yes, things are messy. But this one here, it is throwing me for a loop. This book here, it is definitely given spicy. But I hope that I get a good story. Hello! I am there for the spice. But I need a story. If there is no story to carry the spice, then I usually stop reading a book because I'm not going to read a book that only has spice in it. I need that journey. I need something. Give me something. Otherwise, y'all are going to hear me. Y'all are going to hear me. I love you guys. I absolutely love you guys. And the reason why is we're on the same page, right? I have been wanting to read this book for the longest time. The longest time I've been wanting to read this book. And y'all are on the same page because y'all want me to read it too. This book is a mafia, organized crime theme book. I live for that, right? I am that girl that would read it every single time. If it's a mafia, hands down, hands up, hands wherever, I'm going to read it. It is one of my favorite subgenre of romance. And y'all want me to read it. So I am so happy. I am so happy. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. This book from the blurb, it is given dark vibes. It is given secrets and lies and betrayal. It is also given tortured hero, tortured heroine. What else am I going to read? because we're all about the villains here, right? In this book, the heroine, she was left at the altar. She was abandoned. Her fiance just disappeared on her without a word. 5 years later, a tall, dark, handsome, dangerous guy appears in town, and yes, she's pulled to his ruthlessness. She is pulled to his darkness and his dangerous vibes. And yes, you have the loss coming in, but there's something else happening in this story that I cannot wait to read about, because I want to know, how does this guy ties in with her fiancé that gave her the ghost? He was Casper. Just poof. He just disappeared. So can't wait to get into this some more. Y'all, okay, so this is the book that I was talking about earlier, that it's pushing my boundaries. Y'all want me to read it, and I'm kind of scared to read it because I'm not about that stalker life. Listen, I'm all for the dark. I'm all for the twisted. I'm all for the wicked and ruthless. I'm all for the dark past and secrets and all of these things. Someone that is stalking you, entering your home, thinking about you sexually through a window, I kind of not down for that, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to read the third option that you all voted for, because I might have to shelve this for a while and build up some courage to read this. Don't get vexed. Don't get vexed. Because I pride myself on reading dark books, but I think the stalking is pushing it for me. I don't feel comfortable when I start to think about someone entering my home and watching me sleep. I can't do it. I can't do it. So let us move on to the other options. Luciano. Now, I have read books by Eva Winners before, and I have loved her book, and so I will read this option in place of hunting Adeline. I'm all for the suspenseful mafia romance, mafia book. That is my jam. That is my vibes. So in this book, we have a ruthless, cruel, heartless, murderous husband or crime boss. And then we have a heroine who decides she's going to run away from her husband. She can't deal with that. And she was on the run with her best friend for 3 years. Obviously, time is going to run out. Obviously, they are going to find you and drag you back. But here's the thing. She wants to make sure that she doesn't fall back in love with him. She fell in love with him in the first place, right? So she doesn't want to get dragged back into that life. What this guy did, I have no clue. But we're going to read it. We're going to read it. I will devour that. I will eat this up. Because I want to know if it was a forced arranged marriage. Because I devour stories like that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We do it. We do it. Okay, so this book is releasing November 17th, and it is God of Wrath by Rayne Kent. Now, this book you can read as a standalone. You don't have to read the previous books in the series to read this one. But this is your enemies to lovers. And who doesn't like a good enemies to lovers? Baby, this is your Mafia Prince story, who, when they see what they want, they take what they want. Damn, who wants to intervene and don't care or don't give one shit about what the female in the story have to say. So he is going to bulldoze her. He is going to drag her in to his world and don't give one rat's ass. And I love that. And I'm probably going to eat that up and devour that up because this is my scene. This is what the blurb says, okay? He appears charming, but he's a predator. Yummy. He's out to possess her. He's out to own her. Yes. And he's out to keep her. Yes. 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 Prince of the Brotherhood by K. Alec Walker. Now, I was too excited to read this book, and so I read it back in October because the poll was posted in October, and I really wanted to look at my October wrap-up for my review on that, but I absolutely love that book, and you all absolutely wanted me to read that book. And Bloodmarked. So I spoke about my excitement for this book back in January of this year, and it has released. I don't own a physical copy yet, but I do own, you have it, you got it, I own the audiobook copy. So we meet Bree again, right? It is a continuation of Legendborn. If you have not read Legendborn, do not pick up this book to read. Read Legendborn and then read Bloodmarked, okay? So if you're not aware, Bloodmarked or Legendborn or this series, it is a young adult urban fantasy retelling. Bree, she is a Legendborn. However, her plan was basically to infiltrate a society to find out who killed her mom. Turns out she found out that she was a Legendborn, and not any Legendborn. And then you have her romantic interests, because there's little to no spice, not even a slow burn, but the story, it gets to you, okay? So her love interest, Nick, he gets taken by a demon. And now, because of who she is, the Legendborn Order Society, they don't want her to go after Nick. They are out to protect her. But she ain't give a damn. She is going to run away with some of her friends to save her love interest, Nick. But, and there's a huge but, she is attracted to Nick's protector. She is attracted to Selwyn, who has sworn his life to protect Nick. Guys, this book, it is going to be messy, it is going to be juicy, it is going to be packed with action and adventure, it is going to be suspenseful, and I'm sure we're going to find out or get some more reveals in this book. Everything that I have read by Blue Saffire has been great. Her stories are spicy, and it's juicy, and the plots are always great, and I really enjoy it, right? So when I read the blurb for Where the Pieces Fall, and y'all absolutely want me to read this one, so this one, it is given angst. This one is given drama. This one, it is given emotional healing. This one is probably going to be messy, which I'm all for. So in this book, we meet a hero. He is an athlete. He has a twin brother, and he has some type of disability. The blurb, it gives the hero, his world is falling apart. He cannot live without his love interest. He needs her, but he has done something, or something has happened where he knows she is going to leave. And the heroine, she is tired of being the only one working towards making this relationship work. She is tired of being the only one fighting for their team, fighting for their relationship, and she's not about to do it alone anymore. So the hero better step up. Judgment Day, it is about a couple that believe that if they pray together, they stay together. So I'm thinking badass hero, badass heroine, It also gives where the hero is contracted to kidnap his girlfriend. So I guess you have to read the previous book or the previous books in the series to know how they became a couple. And yeah, so I'm thinking with this book, I'm not too sure if I'm going to dive into this one without reading the previous one. I'll let you know at the end of the month. But yo, it's giving badass heroine. So y'all know that's how I do. That's what I like. I enjoy that. Give me a heroine that can kick ass any day, and I'll consume it. Guys, everything that I've read by Tiya this year have blown my mind. All the books have been 5 stars. And I am happy to report that this is going to be one of the books that I'm reading in this month, because y'all voted for Where the Pieces Fall and Judgment Day. Like, they had like the same amount of votes. So technically, they are just like the first option. And I'm reading the top 2 options. So I'm going to be reading this paranormal or shifter romance. Yes. This blurb is giving. It is giving. So the hero, 5 years ago, he had to walk away from his pack. He was given a choice of walk away from his pack and his true mate, or his son will die. Fast forward 5 years, he's placed in a situation where either get married to a human, or again, your son will die. Your son will have to pay the consequences. So what does he do? He gets married to a human woman. Please note that he's an alpha. He's a shifter alpha. What I'm getting from this book is that the heroine, she is not one to bow down. She is not one that isn't afraid to step on some toes. So she's going to go head to head with a shifter, but she's human. But he's a shifter, but she's human. So we will love that. And I am saying right now that I have been obsessed with everything that I've read from her. If you have checked out my recent reviews or wrap-ups, you will know that her work is golden. Thus far, I know that in this book, I'm going to get the drama, I'm going to get the shenanigans, I'm going to get the juice. It is also going to be messy. I am going to get an alpha a-hole. And so the last 2 books are one that is releasing this week, y'all. Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. I'm telling you right now, I am going to be getting a physical copy of that book. It is hard to contain this excitement. Why? Because this book contains one of my favorite tropes. This book, it is given second chance at love. Yeah, to have a little tears there. This book, it is giving angst. It is giving emotional healing. If you are a romance reader, this book is probably going to check mark everything. So from the blurb, we get that the hero and the heroine, Yasmin and Josiah, they have been getting whiplash in their relationship, in their life. And it's taken a toll on their marriage. They have put up a good fight, but they can't anymore. And so they are separated. However, they are co-parenting. They are running a business together. So obviously, they're going to be seeing each other. Obviously, we're going to have that tension still being there. We're probably going to have things rekindling. And that is what we want. Okay? Who don't want that? So we are going to get a nice tension, a nice bill, some steam or some spice, just depends on the level that is put into the book. But most importantly, we are going to get an amazing story. I'm going to read a book by a new author. This is Heartbeat by Tracy M. Clark. You're voted and I am obligated, and it is Heartbeat, A Courageous Love. In this book, we meet Maya. Maya, she is a planner. She has everything planned out. She is successful. She only knows success. She will set a goal, execute that goal, and achieve that goal. She is that girl. So she's living her best life. Everything is going according to plan. And then someone tries to kill her. So what does she do? Now, she has a new plan, which is to stay alive. No, listen. The reason why I'm excited is this girl probably has no skill set of that nature, but she knows how to plan and achieve things. She knows about being successful. So she's probably really intelligent. She is smart, and therefore she can keep herself alive with skills that she can learn and she can execute. Okay, well, oh God, that is what I hope for. I haven't read it yet, Giselle. Giselle, you haven't read it. See, you're jumping. Everything is going good. She's in a new town until she has an interaction with the local detective. Now, guys, I'm all about the villain, the anti-hero, the bad guy, the guy with the morally skewed compass or way of thinking. That is the guy that I enjoy. And if that detective could do what he had to do to protect her, man, you won't convert me. But I might read more books with cops. Not promising you, but we'll see. But they have to be skewed in some way, or unhinged in some way, but we'll see. So, this is all the books that have been added to my TBR that you have voted on that I plan to read this month. So thank you so much for watching my video. If you have not subscribed to my channel, feel free to do so. Just click that like button, click that notification button, and click the subscribe button. Okay, look out until I post another one.